Homework 3 then. Find the solution set to these following equations and inequalities. So let's subtract 8 from both sides, minus 22, divide by minus 2, and x is going to be equal to positive 11. Exactly the same method in the inequality. We're going to subtract 8 from both sides. However, this time when we divide by negative 2, we get positive 11 on the right hand side, but we have to switch our sign around because we're divided by a negative number. And then the important thing here is to write our solution set properly. So here our solution set, we can use listed form. And then we've got 3 choices of solution sets for B. I'm going to use interval form in this case, so I'm going to say 11 into infinity. In C then, we're going to add 3 to both sides, so minus 7 equals minus x, divide by minus 1, x equals 7. Exactly the same thing for D, add 3 to both sides, then divide by negative 1, giving us positive 7 and x, and we have to swap our signs around. And then writing our solution set properly, solution set, positive 7. And over here I'm going to use, what am I going to use? Set builder form. So I'm going to just write this 7 greater than x. And all I'm going to do is say x is such that 7 is less than or equal to x, where x is a real number. There we go. Question 2 then, there's a number of ways of solving this then. If 3y plus 1 equals 7 over 5, find 3y minus 4. This is the way I would do it then. If I've got 3y plus 1 equals 7 over 5, and I want this to be minus 4, what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. So when I subtract 5 from both sides, I end up with 3y minus 4 equals 7 over 5 minus 5. If we convert that 5 into an improper fraction, that becomes 25 over 5, and we end up with negative 18 over 5. Question 3 then. 5 less than 3 times a number is 25. So if that number is x, 3 times that number is 3x, and 5 less than that would be 3x minus 5, and we know that this is equal to 25. Solve the equation in n. Well, first we solve the equation, then we worry about n at the end. So 3x is equal to 30 when we add 5 to both sides. Then we divide by 3, and we end up with x is equal to 10. Is 10 a natural number? It is, so it can be part of our solution set. Solve the equation in z. Well, we've solved the equation, we just need to write the solution set down. Is 10 an integer? It is, so it forms part of our solution set. Question 4, solve the inequality in R. So let's solve the inequality. 3x minus 7 is less than or equal to 2. We're going to add 2 to both sides. 3x is less than or equal to 9. Divide them both sides by 3. X is less than or equal to 3. And it says graph the solution set. So 0, 3, filled in dot, big dot, and x is less than or equal to 3. Solve the inequality in z and graph the solution set. Well, we've solved the inequality, we just need to write down the solution set. And so same value, 0, 3, except this time we're just going to have all of the integers. And obviously we can't write in every single integer, so you can just do dot 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 at the end. Question 5 then is classic mistake opportunity with this minus, so be very careful. My method then would be to multiply both sides by 6, just so we can get rid of the values in the denominators, the 2, 6 and the 3. And we know that 6 is a multiple of all 3 of those values. So if you multiply everything by 6, we get this. And we end up with 9x plus 3 minus 4x, and this is where the mistake will happen. This minus applies to both of these terms. Minus 5 is greater than or equal to 2 times 3, 6, minus 2x. Then we're going to put all of our x's on one side. We're going to group them. So I'm going to group them on the left hand side. So I'm going to have 5x plus 2x. And then I'm going to group my values on the other side. So 6, add 5, well, 3 minus 5 is minus 2. So add 2, we get 8. 7x is bigger than or equal to 8. And therefore x is bigger than or equal to 8 over 7. It says find a solution set and graph the solution set. Okay. So if we're going to graph that solution set, 8 over 7 is just above 1. And there we go. X is greater than or equal to 8 over 7. 5b then says find a minimum integer value of x. Well, if x is bigger than or equal to 8 over 7, which is bigger than 1 but less than 2, and that means that the biggest integer value x can be is going to be 2.